Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see what you need to know about your twin flame currently when it comes to love. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. What do my viewers need to know about their twin flame? What do my viewers need to know currently about their twin flame? 2 more shuffles. All right. So let's see what comes out here. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have healing. Your twin is doing some healing as of now. They've also been doing a bit of self-evaluation. They want the two of you to move forward from hurtful things that happened in the past. They could also come in wanting to reconcile with you. Some of you do want things to work out between you and your twin, but there are just certain things that you no longer are willing to tolerate. They do, of course, feel as though there's unfinished business between the two of you, and they view you as really hard to resist. So as of now, they have renewed hope for a brighter future between the two of you. At the top of the deck, we have sex. So they are going to come toward you with some lustful energy. Some of you could feel like your twin wants to connect with you for the wrong reasons. So it's going to be important for you to use boundaries when they do come in. But they are wanting to make things work with you. Give me more. Your sex may be healing to your twin as well. Thank you. All right, we have love offer, and it came out crossing. So when your twin comes in with this love offer, you're going to feel as though it's insincere. They may also have a hard time expressing their love. At the bottom of the deck, we have knowing the path. So some of you have been waiting for your twin to align with you. You could be currently aligning with your purpose. You're just hoping that they get on the right track. Your twin also feels as though you guide them in the right direction, okay? Right beside that, we have children. So they could be a little bit childish, or they just have a lot of growing to do. At the top of the deck, we have fights. So they are going to come in fighting for this. They're also reflecting on certain arguments that the two of you had in the past. And they're realizing that some of those arguments were childish. Yeah, they may also be a little bit tense as of now, okay? So they may not be getting along with certain people around them. But I feel like many of you know what you want, or you know where you're going in life. And so after a time period of your twin being a bit lost, they want to come in and show you that they can align with you. Give me more. What do my viewers need to know about their twin flame? What do my viewers need to know? Thank you. Also, this is going to be very specific. Please don't force it to fit. But if they did get involved with someone else, or if they offered to another person, that offer was insincere. They actually don't have any romantic feelings for that person. So they could be using them in some way. Thank you. We have something is brewing, and that card came out crossing as well. Some of you have reached your breaking point, okay? You're on the verge of cutting your twin off for good. They also seem to be losing emotional strength as of now. They could be going through a lot, with strategy being at the bottom of the deck. When they do come toward you, some of you are going to feel like there are hidden intentions behind it. Now, I will say there is some type of strategy in regards to their approach. I do feel like they've been planning their next move. But they also feel as though their happiness lies with you. That's a little bit toxic, okay? Your twin feels as though you are their happy ending. They feel like their happiness lies with you, and they need to learn to be happy within themselves. At the top of the deck, we have risk. So they're going to come in taking a risk, laying their cards on the table. They also want you to be willing to take a risk with them. We have chaser here as well. So the roles could be reversing. If you have been the chaser, I feel like your twin is about to take on that role. They also have a bit of low self-esteem, or they look to you to validate their self-worth. They may also have abandonment issues as well. So because of a lot of shadow aspects that your twin still needs to work on, some of you could view dealing with them as too risky. You could have mixed feelings about it. It's like a part of you wants to make things work, but at the same time, you don't want to compromise your happiness. You don't want to compromise your peace, and I don't blame you. Give me more. Thank you. That was quick. All right, we have broken promises, and we also have going in circles, and both of those cards came out crossing. There has been a repetitive cycle between you and your twin. There may have been times when you felt as though they were not making any progress, or the relationship wasn't getting anywhere. With the card coming out crossing, I do feel like your twin is learning lessons. They're just having a really hard time when it comes to applying them. With the broken promises card coming out crossing, it lets me know that they've broken your trust numerous times. You may also view them as unreliable. With lessons being at the bottom of the deck, again, this is confirmation that they have learned a lot of lessons, but their issue is they need to have a shift in perspective, and they need to learn how to raise their vibration. At the top of the deck, we have work. So many of you are focused on work. Your twin could be focusing on their career as well. They also want you to be willing to put in the work, okay? So they're hoping that you want things to work just as much as them. Many of you do want things to work out with your twin. You're just tired of the repetitive cycle. It's like every time you let them back into your life, or every time you try and give them benefit of doubt, you always end up feeling like you've been misled in some way. Give me more. What do my viewers need to know? Thank you. All right, we have single, and that card came out in reverse. So for some, your twin may not be single. For others of you, they're hoping that you're still single. With self-delusion being at the bottom of the deck, your twin is operating a bit out of self-delusion. They don't always see things clearly. I feel like their reality is altered. Now, that could be from a few different reasons. For some of you, it could be because they're using some type of drug, or it could be that they're just wearing rose-colored glasses. Some of you may feel like your twin wants you to lie to yourself. They also think that you'll always hold a place for them, or you'll always be open to making things work, okay? And see, that's another part of their self-delusion. It's like they're lying to themselves about you. They're even lying to themselves about themselves. They have false notions about things. It's just they don't see reality clearly. We have secretly stalking here as well. So they're either watching you, or they're really curious in regards to you. Even if your twin did start connecting with someone else, they're not over you. They'll never be over you. At the top of the deck, we have love's growth. So they feel as though their love for you has grown with time. But I also feel like your twin needs time to grow. They've learned a lot of unexpected lessons in regards to love just by connecting with you. With unlocking being here, they have a tendency to shut down, or they're not completely open. They do have some blockages, but they have been working to remove some of them. Twin flame is right beside that. So they feel like you're the key to unlocking their potential. And I agree with that. I do feel like you play a vital role in helping your twin to remove certain blockages. You play a vital role when it comes to their healing process, but they also have to be open to healing. I feel like there are times when your twin has run from the connection, but just know that in reality, they're running from themselves. There's something about you that triggers them a little bit. It's like you bring certain thoughts or feelings to the surface that they're uncomfortable with. At the top of the deck, we have opposites. Yeah, you trigger your twin. The two of you are very opposite. You operate out of love. I feel like there are times when they operate out of ego. And so it causes the two of you to oppose each other to an extent. It has also created differences between the two of you, which have contributed to certain barriers in the connection. I feel like there was a time when you were open to your twin. You were willing to do the work. You were willing to invest the effort. You were willing to invest the energy. But they were not operating out of the same energy. They're really closed off. The key to them removing some of their blockages is, for one, operating out of unconditional love, and for two, to stop reacting or responding out of fear. They have to learn to be more open. They have to learn that everyone is not out to get them. I feel like you've proven that to your twin. You've proven that you're not out to get them, but I feel like it's a defense mechanism. Them shutting down, them not letting you completely in, them doing the same things over and over, repeating the same cycles. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's almost like they're afraid of change. They're afraid of change. And I keep hearing failure. They may also be afraid of failure. Give me more. Your twin has so much potential, but they have to believe in themselves. Thank you. We have closed heart. Thank you for the confirmation, Holy Spirit. I was just telling you guys that the key to your twin unlocking or removing certain blockages is operating out of unconditional love. They have a closed heart. Their love for you has grown with time, but they also try their best to contain it. As of now, your twin has a lot of emotional burdens, okay? I also feel like certain things happening in their life contributes to them avoiding intimacy, avoiding getting too close to you. With cut out being at the bottom of the deck, some of you have been thinking about cutting ties with your twin. You could feel as though the situation is getting worse before it's getting better. So some of you may have thought about cutting your losses. At the top of the deck, we have waiting. So they're holding on to hope that everything will work out between the two of you. But at the same time, they have a tendency to wait around and do nothing. So that's another issue with your twin. I feel like they wait on They either wait on changes to happen, they wait on things to get better, and they don't take action to make those changes happen, to make things better for them. They just sit there and do nothing. So that's another reason why they're at a standstill in their life. That's another reason why there's been a huge delay when it comes to them getting on the right track. It's because they just hold on to hope that everything will work out. And don't get me wrong, hope is very powerful, but you also have to put in some footwork. Like, you have to do the work. Give me more. It's like they're just sitting and letting life pass them by. Holding on to hope that everything will work out without them doing anything. That's delusional. Thank you. We have mirroring. So the two of you do mirror each other, okay? I also feel like you've been able to heal a lot of things within yourself through your connection with your twin. It's going to be so important for you not to take certain things personal. Certain things that they do that trigger you, don't take it personal. It's going to be important for you to look within and know that if they're doing things that trigger you, those triggers are actually related to something you need to heal within yourself. It's like you're the better version of them. With unrequited being at the bottom of the deck, some of you may have felt as though the love was one-sided. You may have felt as though your twin was not as attracted to you as you were attracted to them. Some of you may have even felt as though the feelings that the two of you shared were not mutual, okay? But see, in reality, I feel like your twin feels just as deeply as you feel. It's just when it comes to how the two of you handle certain situations, or when it comes to the way the two of you process certain scenarios, it's really different. I feel like you're open to talking when there's an issue. You're open to doing whatever needs to be done to remove blockages. You're willing to do those type of things, but your twin shuts down, okay? When there's an issue, they're kind of programmed to run. And so the way that the two of you handle things is very different. It doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. It doesn't mean that they're not attracted to you. It doesn't mean that it's a one-sided love. They love you just as deeply as you love them. It's just that the two of you operate very differently when it comes to how you handle certain things. You prefer to see things for what they are. They prefer to operate out of self-delusion. You operate out of truth. They operate out of false notions. That's the best way that I can explain it. They're the type who lies to themselves just to make themselves feel better. And see, that's what the waiting energy is about. That's what the waiting and hoping energy is about. Them just hoping that everything will work out when you know that you have to put in the work behind it. Give me more. Thank you. Someone has also handicapped your twin to an extent. I don't know if they had someone around them who enabled laziness by doing everything for them, or if someone possibly enabled stagnancy within them by feeding into their self-delusion. Something's not right. All right, we have mental prison, and that card came out crossing. They overthink a lot. I feel like they're also creating certain scenarios that are false. The card also fell out on top of secretly spying. So I feel like your twin could be spying on you, but they're making things, how can I put this? They're not seeing things for what they are. I feel like they're creating scenarios or assuming certain things that are untrue in regards to whatever you're posting. Now, that's specifically for those of you who have social media. It's like anything that you post, they create other scenarios out of it, so they don't see it for what it truly is. It's just giving energy of them making a lot of assumptions. Now, for others of you, if there's no way for your twin to spy on you, I feel like they're just really curious and they're overthinking everything. Overthinking to the point where they are creating scenarios in their mind in regards to what you could be thinking, what you could be doing, how you could be feeling. And they're believing those false scenarios, or they're believing certain things that are not really true. It is so weird. They have to stop doing that. At the top of the deck, we have angry. Now, they're overthinking everything, creating false scenarios in their mind, believing their thoughts are real when they're really not. And it's making them a bit resentful. It's making them feel as though they're being mistreated. It triggers them when they really have very little to be triggered about. I feel like they make everything about them, or they have a tendency to twist certain things. Some of you could feel like your twin has something going on mentally. Okay, and of course, I'm not a psychiatrist. I cannot diagnose anyone. But how this is coming out, some of you could feel like your twin has an anger problem, or you could feel like they have some type of mental issue. I'm going to get one more card and then I'm going to end the reading. Give me one more card, please. What do my viewers need to know about their twin flame? Thank you. All right, we have mixed feelings, and that card came out crossing. So they do want to open up, but I feel like they always end up flip-flopping. They have conflicting feelings about it. It's like they feel as though you hold the key to unlocking their potential, but at the same time, they're a bit unsure in regards to them being able to meet their potential. So there's just a lot of mixed up and bottled up emotions within your twin. And it causes them to show mixed feelings toward you, or to send you mixed signals. It's like they go back and forth with themselves in regards to opening up. For a few of you, they've even wrote out text messages, very deep text messages in regards to how they feel, what you mean to them, but then they overthink it and they start to erase it, or they don't send it at all. So yeah, there's just a lot here in regards to your twin. I do feel like they're doing some healing work, okay? They are doing some healing work, but they still need to learn how to operate out of self-love and self-care. They do want to reconcile with you. If you're connecting with your twin currently, they want things to work out, okay? They'll always feel as though the two of you have unfinished business with one another. But if you are currently in separation from your twin, or if the relationship, if the connection has been inconsistent, they're going to come in expressing love, or they're going to come in with a love offer, but you're going to feel like it's not genuine. One of the main reasons why you're going to feel like there's something behind the offer is because there have been times when your twin has come toward you in the past with hidden motives, or there may have even been times when they would only come around when they were going through something emotionally. Many of you are just focused on your happiness right now. Some of you may be in separation from your twin and you're finding your happiness again. You're feeling blessed, feeling grateful. You're realizing that being in union with your twin does not decide upon whether you have a happy ending or not. You're going to have a happy ending regardless. I do feel like they've been planning their next move toward you. Okay, there's going to be something a little bit clever in regards to how they do come toward you. That's why some of you view your twin as risky. You don't want to be misled. You're tired of giving them benefit of doubt only to be let down again. Regardless, they're going to come in wanting to take a risk with you. But I also do feel like they need to be careful when it comes to seeking validation through you or expecting you to make them happy. There's a lot of delusion here. Okay? A lot of delusion. They've learned some lessons. They just need to learn how to apply the lessons, and they need to learn how to shift their perspective. Even if they were to just learn to shift their perspective, get out of their head, stop overthinking everything, I feel like that would definitely raise their vibration. So it's going to be up to you in regards to whether you decide to allow your twin access to you. But what I will say is, do not compromise your happiness, do not compromise your peace, and do not compromise your mental health. Don't do that. Some of you may feel like you've waited long enough. It's really hard to remain optimistic when you're wanting to connect with someone who comes off as though they don't really want to apply themselves, or they're not doing anything to make changes. Some of you may not want to sit around and wait for someone who you feel is holding up your life. Do not get lost in the twin flame journey. You don't have to wait around on your twin. You don't have to stand still while waiting for them to heal themselves. You don't have to stand still while waiting for them to figure out what they want out of life. I would encourage each and every one of you to continue to live your life. Do what makes you happy. You don't have to hold your life up for your twin. And of course, I'm not saying that any of you are doing that. But what I am saying is, it's not okay for you to stand still and wait on your twin to get themselves together, because at the end of the day, we all have free will. So it's going to be important for you to operate out of self-love and self-care, make decisions that are of your highest good, and focus on you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with setting boundaries with yourself in regards to being indefinitely available to someone who's emotionally unavailable. Now, I'm not telling any of you to reject your twin when they come in, but what I am saying is you need to make sure you have boundaries. They have to be open to healing. Yeah, you're the key. You're definitely the key. But they have to find the door. They have to find the door to even be able to use the key. And they seem to be a little bit lost. There's some progress here, though. There is some progress here. But they just have to learn to trust themselves. They have to learn to believe in themselves. You can't follow someone who will mislead you. You can't follow someone who's walking through life blindly. They'll lead you down the wrong path, and you still have your own mission. All right. And so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so, so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time. Bye.